Welcome back, everyone, to Final Fantasy XIV. We just beat Sephiroth, the first of the three warring triads, and we're going to be talking back to the masked person that we are hanging out with at the moment. So let's go and see what they want from us. So, Warrior of Light, how did it feel to strike down a great foe? You must tell me more of your experience once our meeting with your colleagues is concluded. Through thine all-unsurpassing skill at arms, do we now take our first step in ridding the star of the warring triad's baleful presence. And in such wise do we lessen the burden bequeathed us on Vainglory of Valag. Now, however, the two icons which remain are thought equal in might to Sephiroth, yet may exceed him. Art thou proceed, I would counsel thee to marshal thy strength and give careful thought to thy preparation. Assuming the Garlanians afford us the luxury of time, even now they grasp for the means to dominate primals, blind to the technology's potential for calamity. The Master taught me that the entity known as Sephiroth was this world's first sacred tree, elevated to godhood by the belief of its worshippers. There is no power more fearsome than the born of unconditional faith and unbending ideal. Just plain your master found in you a willing student. Tell me, was it he who taught you the Alagon technology's potential for calamity, or are those your own words? 'Twas but a figure of speech, nothing more. When last we met, I thought I had kept a glimpse of the boy behind the mask, but it would seem your defenses are firmly back in place. Must you persist with this infuriating veil of secrecy? I, for one, would very much like to know who this master of yours is, amongst other things. As long as our purposes align, what matter my affiliation? It matters a great deal. I do not ask out of idle curiosity. If we are to fight as comrades, we need to be able to trust each other. Which note, I should apologize for my earlier trickery. It was merely an attempt to get to the heart of a matic companion. Truth be told, I was rather glad you reacted as you did. No person of your age has any business being calm and aloof all the time, as much as you wish to be. Anyway, we had best be off. Do send word if there are any further developments. A companion now, am I? Okay. I'm troubled, Warrior of Light. The 6th region will not soon surrender its pursuit of Alagon technology. While it's true that the 6th suffered heavy losses in attempting to breach Ozla's defenses, the True Legion is very much a force to be reckoned with. Left to his own devices, it will not be long before the Legatus moves to, Excuse this interruption, but a call to this link pro can only come from one of your fellow scions. Archon Extrola, what news? You're quite certain that you have broken through. Yes, of course, we shall leave immediately. It would seem that the thing I feared most has come to pass. The Garleans have succeeded in dispelling the barrier Syaoranvee placed upon the entrance to the research facility. We must intercept and destroy them before they acquire the means to control primal entities. Archon Yustola requests that we assemble at the scene of the intrusion. Pray depart at once. I will join you when I have informed the other scions of this development. Okay. Okay, we have to go back to Ozla, apparently. Which makes sense. We were just there. Okay, now I think about it, we're probably gonna have to go a little bit, probably gonna have to go a little bit of a ways here. So at this point I want to do the Warring Triad just because we've reached the end of, we've kind of reached the end of the Ishgard stuff, I'm pretty sure. And I think at this point they're going to be setting up for Stormblood, so I kind of figured I'd do the Warring Triad now. And then once we get through the rest of the intermission patches, towards the end of that, we'll do the Alliance Raid for Heaven's Ward. Which there's like 3 of those Alliance Raids, and there's this whole storyline around it, just like the Crystal Tower type of thing. At that point, I think we could probably head on to Stormblood after that point, I think, because at that point we've done pretty much all the main content. We might be missing like a few extra things, but pretty much done with the main content that matters with this expansion at that point. At least I'm pretty sure. I see we're the first to arrive. No matter, your colleagues should be here in Anon. They're wise indeed to keep this place under surveillance. Have the Galleons slip by unnoticed and dare not think of the consequences. Archon still had set forth for Oslo when it became apparent that the Legatus was attempting to breach the barrier. Hard to find that he had succeeded. Let's hope that he's yet to find his prize. Well met, Yunu Kahai. And thank you for answering my summons so swiftly, Narn. We shall all be glad of your presence should we meet the 6th Legion. It seems all but certain. As you may be aware, this facility hails system of Alag's most advanced technology. Accordingly, Yorn J sought to deny the Empire easy egress by weaving a ward of its singular potency. Not singular enough, it would seem. I'd be surprised if the Legacy had not reached the core laboratories already. It is passing strange. I wove the ward in accordance with the most closely guarded teachings of the Archmages of Charleon. Not was left to chance, not. It is well known that the children of Garlemald have no talent for arcane manipulation, nor hath the Empire more than a cursory knowledge of sorcery. If they would succeed in unraveling such a complex skein of magecraft and with such harassing swiftness as 'twas passing strange. It is, Yorn J, but 'tis a misery for another day. The Archon still has the right of it. Before all else, we must move to safeguard the knowledge which enabled the Allagons to harness primal energies. Particular concern is the Genesis expression, etherchemical formula that allowed the scholars of yore to create substance of nothingness. I know of no such formula. Whence came you this information? From the Innate Master, perhaps? It did furnish me with that morsel, yes, and knowing exactly what prize the Legatus now seeks enables us to predict his possession. Do you not see? We have been gifted the perfect opportunity to remove the head of the entire Legion. Didn't think you'd be so quite bloodthirsty, Kala. Surely safeguarding secrets should take precedence over slaying Legatus. Crow's sentiments reflect my own, yet the 2 objectives need not be mutually exclusive. What say you, RNJ? RNJ. Forgive me, my thoughts are bound up in idle imaginings. In answer to that question, my lady, I'm content to be led by thee in this matter. Right, I've enabled the facility's teleporter, shall we? Mutual on the matter of the barrier. I do verily. 'Twas a warding spell of Leathern Trinity, the brainchild of the head of the students of Baldessian himself. Even the most learned Archon would require some several moons to disentangle such enchantment. To do so in mere bells would require some preternatural power akin to the very echo itself. Oh, that's the wrong thing now. Is it this? Okay, we should be good now. Oh, they're here with me. Okay. Better show my iron roll on so I get these guys' attentions. Overall, it just kind of helps with the whole thing. Where am I heading? Up here? Aha! Found a thing. Okay, I guess they're gonna fight while we continue on.
In the name of the Emperor!
Okay. Nope, more of them. That's a claw. Alright, we head on then. You still with me, okay. So that means I'm probably gonna lose you here soon too. Or no, looks like the boss is right up ahead. Alrighty, let's do this. What is this buff I got? Oh, okay. Okay, this isn't the actual, guy here. Oh, I can't kill him. Thought I was gonna be able to, like, get rid of him that way. After Legatus. And still they come. Press on Naran, I will handle this. I've exposed the bones of their work, now to extract the marrow. Even in the moment of my triumph, you persist in your misguided crusade. So be it, I shall present my prize to the Emperor alongside your head. Alright, one-on-one. I can do this. Let's do it. Okay, come on now.
Can you withstand this?
Yeah, apparently I can.
There is nowhere to run. Can you withstand this?
Oh. Okay, I probably don't want to, have that load up completely, so let's go ahead and kill it, please.
Enough!
Well, that didn't work, I guess. Narn. Tumulith is unbreached then. Creel. My wounds are not so my blade should you seek to bar my path. And you would slay me, no doubt, but it would be your final act. What madness afflicts you, Zernian fools? The Emperor desires a means to shackle the icons and their destructive octopites. Why do you rail against your own salvation? It is not meant for man to wield such power. Primal energy your pepper seeks to contain would be a kindling waiting for a spark. Get out the White Raven, Legitius. Like thee, he presumed to wield the power of Elag, and invited the calamity in doing so. This star's fate is too important to be decided by any one man, a warmongering savage least of all. Have care, boy, you speak of my Emperor. But dying here in defense of his honor will not further his cause. Well, well, appear not to be dead. Ow. Krail. May have cracked a rib or two, but I'll be fine, honestly. Our foes gave no quarter. Had Unukai High stood in his defense of thee, you felt maybe certain thy hurts would be far worse. Could do no less. Mistress Krail here is at my behest, after all. The secrets of Alag are safe for the present, though 'tis doubtful the Legius will return to Galmar till the prize he coveteth in his grasp. We must redouble our efforts to protect this place. Krail and I will place additional seals upon the tumulith. Unukalhai. I appreciate you staying at my side, thank you. 'Twas not. Oh please, it was a good deal more than that, you know it. Now let me help you. When a win thanks you for saving your life, the customary response is you're welcome. You were welcome. Alrighty. Yeah, R&J, are the new wards already in place? My colleagues yet toll upon their enchantments. I come unto thee in secret, that I might question thee outside their hearing. Question me? I would speak with the one who did my Subla's magecraft. He who invited an imperial Legius into this facility in hopes of engineering the man's demise at the hands of the warrior light. You accused me of masterminding this day's events. The plan may have been with thy master's, but thy deed was thine. Thou didst lure the Legius of the 6th Legion to a trap from which he would not intend to emerge. It is plain to me now that thy seeming opportunism as opposing his immolation was feigned, and that his death was the object of thy plan from the first. And you have proof of this. Thy own words betray thee. Thou dost speak of the Empire's desire to claim the Genesis expression, the existence of which even the learned Princess Krail was ignorant. Whence did the Legius come by such definite knowledge? And then there is matter of mine unraveled ward. None save one possessed of an unworthily gift could be so swiftly effected its dissolution. Know thee of another blessed with such. Assuming these accusations have merit, what then? Full many times oft doth the pursuit of truth lead men down darkened paths. Take no issue with thy propose. 'Tis but thy method I would call into question. In the Garlonian Empire we have a common foe. Hadst thou deigned to share thy intentions with our Christus Krail, 'tis like that we had closed the trap of less risk to life and more success. I sought to use the most dangerous secrets of Alag as bait. Who among you would agree to such a reckless plan? None of good cause. Irrespective, thou wast remiss in thy duty to thy comrades. I note with some disappointment that in matters concerning the primals and those who would control them, the cold rationality upon which those thy proudest thyself is conspicuous by its absence. I know that the salvation of the star is an end too vast for any one of us to accomplish alone. Shouldst thou fail to trust in thy comrades, I foresee that actions precipitating such terrible misfortune. Indeed. My sincere apologies, Narn. J has corrected his suspicions. It was I who orchestrated this encounter with the Empire. What is that thou forgive Unokalai for this transgression, and keep mention of it from Mistress Kyle. It must be a pity for one foolish decision to wither the budding Cumber Day, ere it had a chance to bloom. There you are, you rotten idler. When Ystella realized you were struggling with the wards alone, she was absolutely livid. Never mind the warring triad. I've awoken Archon Ystella's tempest wrath. In supulent mood shall I return at once, and there atone for my indolence. Come now, it's time we return to the Rising Stones. Alright, time to head back to the Rising Stones then. Only to probably be sent right back here. Alrighty. I assume the next thing that will be given is going to be the quest for the second of the triad. Once again, I must apologize for acting without your consent or counsel. As a gesture of repentance and a sign of good faith, allow me to share something with myself with you. As J suggested, I possess the gift of the Echo, though it is in nature different from yours. Regardless, I would use my gift for the self-same purpose, the salvation of the star, and nothing poses a greater threat to this world than the proliferation of the primal harnessing technology. This I know only too well. What I am about to divulge concerns the fate of another star entirely. On this other world, a magic was devised that allowed the realm's champions to use the stone as Aurosite to contain the pile of primals. So armed, these heroic souls conjured god after god, oblivious to their weapons' fatal imperfection. Its propensity to bleed primal energies, and with each victor the pures change, transforming last into fiends of endless appetite, insatiable in their hunger for either. They ultimately went to war over the star's ever-dwindling life force. And fought until there was nothing left. Thus, as J so astutely observed, when I'm faced with those who rush to embrace power unchecked, I lose all semblance of rationality. Know that my master too cares deeply about the fate of the star. I am his servant, his instrument, sent here to ensure that the same tragedy does not consume another world. Warrior Flight, if this world is to survive, we must needs move forward with our plan. Another pillar of the warring triad must be toppled. The question of which has already been answered. Following our encounter with the Legaeus, Archon Ystella detected erratic etheric waveforms emanating from the sector containing the icon Sophia, known simply as the Goddess in former times. Such readings can only mean one thing. She is close to awakening. Let's return to Ezla and forthwith to put an end to this primal destiny, lest she rise again in her terrible glory. Alright, let's head on back. And we shall fly back. Quite a bit of a fly upwards here. Oh wait, it's not here, apparently. Apparently it's off this way somewhere? Yeah, down here. Okay. Appear to be the first to arrive. Shall we wait our colleagues here? Could the 6th Legion have returned? Narn, Urukai. We're under attack. Yashul and NRJ have engaged a foe not far from here. Heh, rarely is my shield thus tested. I've seen the Alagons have not been lax in their recruitment. Think you so? Mayhap your arm merely withered while she lay idle. Still your tongues. We have stalled them long enough. With scales in hand, the goddess shall rise, and righteously cast off her accursed pale, and that she, with wrathful whooping at her side, might judge and thence bring balance onto all. Hear my words of despair, Alagons. Our goddess is awoken. Your civilization has birthed the instruments of its own undoing. It's well that you're here, Narn. I should like to know what our assailants were saying. You understood their words, did you not? It was a Myrian dialect, if my eyes do not deceive, though one which bears scant resemblance to any spoken in recent times. As our antagonists meeting, I do gladly defer to those blessed with the echo. And with the shield seemed to think we were Alagans. We recited what sounded like a verse of prophecy that claimed that their goddess is awoken. Is that about right, Narn? And might we assume that this deity of theirs is the very icon we've come to topple? Aye, from their tongue, their words, and their attire, 'tis like that our antagonists were Mysidian, though also the goddess Sophia and victims of the Alagons' incursions. If, as Croyle claimeth, they thought us Aegis of Alag, 'tis little wonder they sought to bring us low. You suggest that Sophia's servants have been liberated from their containment. We have no choice but to accept the word of her awakening as truth. Gods help us, the warring triad have proven formidable enough when we roused them with a fraction of their true strength. Should Sophia break free at the peak of her powers, Narn and her friends won't stand a chance. Let us be about it then. Narn, Krell, Galial, three of you will directly for Sophia's containment facility. Your and I will do what we can to occupy the Icon's thralls. Mrs. Craw, do you pretend to recall the words of the prophecy in its entirety? Let me see, I believe it was, with scans of hand, the goddess shall rise, and rightly cast off her cursed pall, and she, with wrathful Worm King at her side, might judge and thence bring balance onto all. Alrighty, that's the second of the triad unlocked. So I'll go ahead and end this video off now, and presumably next time we're going to be fighting Sophia. So see you then.